1987, NBC became part of the tradition, presenting the very first radio broadcast coast to coast. The announcer, Graham McNamee.
And now the National Broadcasting Company and associated radio stations ask you to just listen to the band for a few moments, because particularly this is the first time band music has been transmitted from the Pacific coast to the Atlantic coast.
In 1952, another landmark, the Rose Bowl was the occasion for NBC's first ever nationwide television broadcast in black and white as Illinois defeated Stanford. 1962, another milestone.
The following NBC sports program is brought to you in living color.
NBC's first national telecast in color featured Minnesota's victory over UCLA. And now, in the mid-'80s, images, memories of this classic are vivid and varied. Colors and emotions from this New Year's drama to be long remembered. Today, Iowa and UCLA renew this game's storied past. It's the 72nd Rose Bowl game. Join us now as NBC Sports presents the 1986 Rose Bowl Preview. And its grand history continues. The sun trying to burn through a morning and midday fog here in Pasadena, California. The UCLA Bruins, the champions of the Pacific 10, 2 plays shy of an unbeaten year themselves against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Their perfect season ruined on one rainy day in Columbus, Ohio, as they lost to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg with Merlin Olsen. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's hope this is the best of all, 86 and peaceful indeed.
Dick, it's great to be back with you and great to be here in the Rose Bowl. This is a game that brings us all to a time of new beginnings and special memories, and I think we're going to have a great football game as well.
Many feel it will be a high-scoring and close game. Iowa is favored. The Hawkeyes, ranked 3rd in the nation in the coaches' poll, they still have outside hopes of being a national champion.
I think that's one of their incentives, but mostly they'd like to erase the memories of a 28-0 loss. Hayden Fry has a better team here this year. They deserve to be favored, Dick.
And we're blessed with many All-Americans. We'll meet those featured performers in a moment. Well, it's testimony to a great season to appear in Pasadena on January 1st, and so it is for the Hawkeyes. And the Bruins, how'd they get here? Happy New Year, Bill McAtee.
And Happy New Year to you, Dick Enberg, Barbara as well, and Merlin and Susan. Both these teams had tough roads to get here. Iowa quarterback Chuck Long had a chance to turn pro. He turned down that chance. He is back. But one of his big concerns was that of injuries.
The only doubt I had for playing 5th year was the injury situation. I think the whole time I wanted to come back to school and play another year, but the injury situation, football being such a contact sport and a lot of people getting hurt, that was really the only thing holding me from coming back to school and going professional.
A $1 million insurance policy against injury alleviated those concerns, and Chuck Long was back. The Hawkeye offense rolled through their first 5 games, averaging 44 points, until the showdown with Michigan. It is tradition that one must get through the Wolverines and Ohio State to win the Big Ten. And it was the Iowa defense, with consensus All-American Larry Station, that grabbed the limelight, limiting Michigan to 182 yards. The game rested on the toe of walk-on kicker Rob Houghtlin, who kicked 4 field goals, including the game winner with 7 seconds left. The Hawkeyes were a unanimous choice for #1, but still had to face Ohio State. That meeting came 2 weeks after Michigan in the rain in Columbus. There, Iowa turned the ball over 5 times. Ohio State used those mistakes, and Chuck Long's dream of an unbeaten season washed away, 22-13. Some questioned if the loss and dropping in the polls would take the momentum away from Iowa. The Hawkeyes responded, trouncing Illinois and again in the rain, winning at Purdue on Houtlin's field goal with 1:08 left. A victory a week later against Minnesota, coupled with the 27-24 win over Purdue, And Iowa was in the Rose Bowl.
UCLA moved to the Rose Bowl from the Coliseum. This then is their home field as they play Iowa today. But Merlin Olsen, when you listen to the crowd noise, you would think you were in Iowa City.
Got a lot of those Hawkeye fans here, and I remember when they were here before, and a very sad day for them. They made a lot of noise. They stayed all the way through that 28-0 drubbing, and they had an impact on the game. I was glad to have their folks here too.
Well, Iowa, on the other hand, has the All-America quarterback this year in Chuck Long, who has had a sensational season, has broken all the Iowa records, most of the Big Ten marks.
Dick, they not only throw the football well, but they can come right back at you then and hit you up the middle with David Hudson. They can throw Ronnie Harmon at you. The scary thing about this Iowa defense is their incredible balance. Who in the world are you going to stop first? You're going to stop their All-American quarterback or the two great running backs?
Well, as a defensive player, then what do you think will be Donahue's game plan?
I think he's got to try and force Long, get after Long, pressure on Long. I think that's number one.
Well, the two teams are ready to come on the field. We'll have that dramatic moment from Pasadena, California. Iowa, UCLA ready to go. And now the Hawkeyes of Hayden Fry are ready to take the field. And you'll hear a mighty roar from those clad in yellow and black. And as you look over this giant oval, those Hawkeye fans are everywhere. They expect something like 25,000 here from the state of Iowa, those who graduated from that fine institution.
You can almost feel the energy. Those youngsters want to get out on that field, Dick. They'll turn them loose in a minute.
Herky, their mascot, ready to choreograph the entrance, and here comes.
Look out. Here they come.
Fry, 56 years of age. We told you Donahue is the winningest coach in UCLA history. At this moment, Hayden Fry is tied as the Hawkeyes' all-time winning coach with the great Forrest Evashevski, who took two Iowa teams to Rose Bowl wins in 57 and 59. The captains are at midfield for the toss of the coin.
Iowa won the toss, will defer and kick.
Iowa defers and kicks the ball away. They want their defense on the field first. An interesting choice by Hayden Fry.
Perhaps with Matt Stevens starting and not having that experience, they're going to put the pressure on the quarterback Stevens right from the opening bell.